Shalakula, here we are, embarking on an online journey of isolation, but still connection. My intention is to offer these videos to everyone. So they are free, they are shareable, they are just to help us all find a way of coming together as community, and also remembering to access that wisdom that is within each one of us, which is easy to lose touch with when there is so much external noise flying around us. So you might hear trucks go by, you might hear someone hammering or drilling, and guess what? That's just life, and we're just going to roll with it. So today's offering right now is moving meditation. Moving meditation is a practice in which we take just the simplest and gentlest of motion and movement and turn that into a meditation. A lot of times sitting still isn't accessible, it isn't the first place we default to, but yet we know we need to come in to that place of connection. So moving meditation can offer us the time to work with our bodies, work with our breath, and let that be the invitation that guides us into that going within, that interconnectedness. So wherever you are, just clear out a little space. You don't need a mat or anything. Maybe a couple of blankets to sit on towards the end of the session, because we'll just find ourselves in that seat of awareness. But for starters, just find a place that's free of coffee tables and Legos and maybe furry critters. Good luck with that one. So let's go ahead and come up to standing. Throughout this practice, we'll stay, with an even stance underneath our feet. So first, just find the feet connecting with the earth. Eyes open, eyes closed, doesn't matter. You'll notice I close my eyes a lot because I love the opportunity to go within. There's just so much comfort, almost like a soothing salve, when I get to spend time in my internal landscape. Once you find the points of your feet, just allow yourself to settle, almost as though you've just stepped onto a freshly tilled garden or maybe a delightful sandy beach. And let that sense of settling come in from underneath the feet. Let the joints soften, the ankles behind the knees and the hips. And then see if you can find just the softest connection with breath. Not that we're trying to control it, but we're just simply becoming aware of the presence of the breath. Fantastic. I want you to take your arms and just gently move them out from the sides of your body. Turn your palms facing backward and just gently press backward like you're pressing into the couch cushions. And so we find this sense of awakening the heart space, lengthening collarbones. And again, just exploring the sensations of the breath. Maybe you feel them more under the abdomen, the expanse of the ribs. And just notice how precious and sweet the breath is. Now let's imagine that we have wings. We're going to take the backs of the hands and we're just going to gently fly up to just about shoulder height and then take the hands back down. And let the breath become incorporated, almost as though it's initiating the movement. So the inhalation brings the arms up, the exhalation brings the hands back down. And yes, it's just this simple. So you can stop watching the screen right now if you want. You can just enjoy maybe observing the hands in the periphery of your visual field. You may close the eyes and just enjoy the sensations of breath, just listening to the sounds of my voice. Inhaling as you rise, exhaling as hands come down. Let the legs and the joints soften. Let your jaw have some space. Back of your neck, find a little bit of length. Maybe the chin heavies. Gently tilts towards the throat. Beautiful. Let's take 2 more cycles just right here. See if you can underdo. into that sense of standing, that sense of place. Sensations of settling. Gently press the palms back ever so slightly and feel the heart space open. Fantastic. From here, stay where you are. I'm going to turn sideways to give you a sense of what's going on. We're going to take those palms again, press them back gently, and then bow the chin towards the throat. Breathe yourself into unstacking the spine. So instead of rolling, I want you to have the sensation of lifting the back up to create space in the front body to roll downward. Once the head becomes heavy, again, the positions won't look all the same, but just find that place of ease as you hang over the lower body. And then follow the breath back up. Let the knees stay soft. Let yourself just be rolled as you restack the spine. So consider that invitation of stacking and unstacking each vertebrae. As you come back upright, press the arms back. Soften the throat, chin rolls down. Knees soften. Back body reaches up towards ceiling to create space for the curve and the curl to lower the torso towards the legs. Rolling back up, heavy the tail. Let the spine find its way of stacking once more. Press the palms back. Throat softening, chin bowing, starting to unstack spine, lifting back of spine, lengthening front of spine. Hang out for a moment or two down here. Let gravity pull the head towards the earth. And then slowly roll yourself back up. Come back into that position of open-heartedness, palms pressing back. And release that posture. From here, we'll take cleansing breaths. So bringing the arms all the way overhead. And exhale, coming back down. Make sure there's space between the feet. Let yourself stand in that soft soil, that warm sand. Inhale, rise. Exhale, arms come back down. Good. We'll take 5 more cycles. Just take your time. Find the ease and the underdoing of the movements. So the arms never fully extend. The joints stay soft. There's almost a sense of hollowing underneath the armpit, the upper arm bones. The inhalation invites the arms to rise up, and the exhalation invites the arms to return down. One more here. This time as the arms rise up overhead, I want you to softly bring them down in front of the body as though you're beginning to place them on the surface of still water. Step the feet a little bit wider. Imagine that you're immersed in the water from the waist down. It's the perfect temperature. And just start to take those fingers across the surface of the water. And again, staying in with that intention of underdoing. We're not creating a torrent in the water. We're just finding those beautiful ripples being sent out from the fingers. Take a look at your hands. Consider for a moment everything these hands do for you. Observe their beauty, maybe their weariness, their agedness, their toughness. But consider everything they do for you and just let them enjoy this time moving across the water. Notice your breath. See if you can bring the whole body into this sway beneath the water. My greatest invitation to you is that you let go of inhibition let go of kind of that sense of being exposed. When you step into a practice that is new, we tend to want to nail it right the first time. We want to have way too many expectations and judgment. And this practice is so precious in that there is no right or wrong. It's all about slowing down enough to find your connection with breath and movement. And that becomes the sahaja, the moving meditation. So the reference to water becomes so ideal. Just moving with the slightest bit of resistance from the water as you sway side to side. All the while staying connected with the rhythm of the breath. Beautiful. Let's find another sway or two just to get that sense of balancing the sides. And come back into that place of quiet standing. Palms gently reaching back. Find that heart opening. And release that form. I'm going to turn to the side again so you can see the mechanics of this. We're learning here. Pressing the arms back a little bit more. Then we're going to sweep the arms around, reaching back of hands together. Elbows stay soft, armpits soft. We're rounding the spine. Then we drag the heels of the hands back towards the hips. Again, sweeping arms around, backs of hands come together. Nod into full extension, soften the elbows. Drag the heels of the hands back. Creating that almost like a spinal breath. Heels of hands drawing back. Sweeping hands in front, rounding mid-back. Pull the heels of the hands. Sweeping back of hands, rounding spine. Pulling through. Let's take 3 more cycles just with breath. Let yourself find rhythm. Yourself just find the patience to explore. Let yourself be curious about the newness of this practice. Releasing this form, come back into standing. Releasing here. We'll take 3 more cycles of stacking and unstacking the spine. Taking fullness of the breath in, opening heart center, soften the knees. Then begin to bow, chin to throat. Unstack the spine as you roll and lift simultaneously to lower upper body to lower body. Pause for a breath or two here. And then slowly heavy the tail, almost like you're sitting down, and restack the spine. Press the palms back. Find that sense of open-heartedness and roll back down. And then coming back up, remembering our connection with breath. Last time here, opening up, stacking, almost like we're taking a deep dive down into the water. And rolling back up. Find that place of standing once more. Palms gently pressing back just until you feel the heart space open. Soften behind your knees. Let the sweetness of a smile come across your lips. Beautiful. And then now join me either on a cushion or on your couch or your chair. And just come have a seat. Take these first few moments and again allow yourself that sense of settling, right? We're not hurrying to meditate. We're not hurrying to have a moment of stillness. We're easing in, we're settling in. And those of you who are on the floor, don't hesitate to make your seat a little taller than you think you might want so that the knees can rest below the hips. Those of you in chairs or couches, sometimes it's nice to put a cushion on the floor and let the feet rest upon the cushion. Now that we've arrived, I want you to be aware of the sensations of breath at the tip of your nose, your mouth. And then I'd like to invite you to become aware of your seat, the surface that it is sitting upon. And can you release the weight of the leg bones downward? So you trust the support of the pelvis. And then allow the belly to expand in the bowl of the pelvis, that rim that wraps around the lower body. Let the belly be soft and full. Maybe you can even feel the breath expand the navel point, the side body, even back where the kidneys reside. Now, from this anchored, grounded, very settled lower body, allow the spine just to find that sense of undulation as we find a little bit of brightness through the chest. We can find a little bit more of the curve of the low spine. And then allow the chin again to soften towards the throat so we feel elongation through the back of the neck, and the base of the skull finds a little bit more openness. Allow your shoulders to just drift down away from the ears. Feel the creases of the elbows deepen. And just let your hands rest heavy against your knees. And simply observe the movement of the breath, the sensations of the breath. Our intention here is not to create a blank slate. Our intention here is to observe anything and everything that arises, but not offer it attachment. Just simply take a look at it. And then with the next breath, let it move along and return back home into your heart. We're open to all sounds, all sensations, all thoughts. Just let them all spread themselves out on the table in front of you or run across the mind like a ticker tape. And then observe that that is happening. And then invite yourself to return back home on this next breath. There's a certain comfort that comes with just being at ease with stillness, with quiet, being at ease with what comes up through the mind, and practicing over and over not to allow ourselves to become attached to the stream of thought, the sense of worry or anxiety. Know that that is only an illusion. It's being created in the mind. And just come back into the breath. Let yourself follow it back home. This is not to say that we don't at times have incredible situations of worry, of care and concern. What the practice is offering us is how to lessen the intensity of attachment, of emotion, so we can hold center, we can stay in that place of inner wisdom to come from a place of wise decision, wise choice, wise word, wise actions. Nothing more to do here than simply soften into the body and ride the wave of each breath. Allow your breath to begin to deepen in and out through the nose, and then I invite you to simply follow the breath by lifting the palms upward, just towards the shoulders, and exhale, just again like you're moving up and down through water. Inhale, hands come up. Exhale, lowering down. Let's go twice more. This next time, just let the hands rest back down on the legs. Stay with the deepening breath. Just envisioning yourself being nourished with the fresh force of life each time you fill the lungs. Let us remind ourselves that we can always return to this place of calm and stillness by simply following the breath back home into our heart, into that place where we feel the breath most readily. And then closing with our offerings to all beings. May this day be blessed. May all beings be blessed. And may this practice be of service and benefit to all without exception. Have a wonderful day. Take good care of yourself and others. And I'm so glad you joined me.